Hi guys, I got a very fun package in the mail this week from Tom's Studio, and I'm gonna do a little unboxing of this brand new Oblique pen holder. In the package comes the pen box, which I will open in a minute, and also a sweet note from Tom's Studio. And they included some tea from the location where the studio is based. So that's a really thoughtful touch. And then the back of the note, so this is the note, and then the back of the note has like a little wrench tool and then has the lead, because you can use this holder for your calligraphy nibs, but also for drawing basically with pencil first. So that's the note. And then here's the box. So right off the bat, my first impressions are that this is extremely professional. The packaging is gorgeous. It's this very sturdy, thick, high quality cardboard box, and it has Tom's Studio logo in gold and gold foil sort of throughout the entire design. They've got their Instagram handle on the back and their website. And then at the top, it has a message that says made to inspire creativity, craft, and individuality, which is just a fun little detail. All right, I'm gonna do close-ups in a second, but I kind of want to just open it on here first. Okay, so the box slides open. That's how you're gonna open the pen. Ooh, I'm very excited. All right, so this is what it looks like. And I got the like pinkish purple option. So there were a couple options in the Kickstarter, and this is the one that I got. And I'm loving it so far. All right, let's get into a more detailed view of it. All right, so here's the box. I've pulled it out. Once again, this is the packaging. You guys can see how beautiful it is. And then this box pulls out, and the pen is right in here. And then it says, pull me out and unfold 4 instructions. So let's do that. All right. Very nice packaging. Oh, this is wonderful. So this entire insert unfolds, and you guys can see that they've got these beautiful diagrams that show you how to insert in your nib and use the holder, as well as using the little Allen key tool for loosening the screw in your holder. And then the same directions will apply for using it like a pencil. Okay, so let me grab a nib. All right, I've got a pumpkin nib just hanging out on my desk. So let's check it out. I mean, I guess before we get into that, I should probably comment on the pen itself. It's beautiful. It's very sturdy. It feels like a really nice weight in your hand. Try and get a little bit closer here. This is all beautiful, well constructed. I mean, I think that's what sets Tom's Studio apart, is just the care taken in the true art of creating these calligraphy materials. They take great pride in creating tools that they would use and they know that calligraphers and artists would want to use. Not to mention, they're creating it in a beautiful, aesthetically appealing way. All right, so to use it, you just like I just did, you basically loosen this brass nut, and then I can insert in the nib in here, making sure that it is touching the bottom of that. And then all I need to do is tighten it. So you don't want to over tighten, because you don't want to, as they put it, squash the nib. And you can see these little diagrams showing you exactly how to put it in. And it can fit many different sizes of nibs. So this is kind of a standard size, but it can fit smaller ones, it can fit slightly larger ones, and it feels nice and secure in here. So it's definitely not going to be coming out. Now the Allen key that was on the back of this card, that is going to be used for changing the angle of your nib once it's in here. That's a really thoughtful detail. It's not something that you see in other calligraphy holders for sure. So I'm very intrigued by this because I normally don't think about, you know, changing the angle of my nib. So all you do is insert it in here and I can loosen it. So that was super easy. Just stick it in, loosen it. And then now you see it, this brass flange piece can turn however I want it to turn. So if I want to raise my angle of my nib, well, I don't think you'd want to lower it, but not past midpoint. But if I wanted to raise it a little bit, I could do that. And then I can stick it right back in here and tighten it up. Make sure you're doing it the right way. There you go. And once again, very secure. Feels really nice in your hand. I'm loving this. The length is really nice. All right. So I also pointed out that you could, instead of using a nib, you can use the piece of like graphite, basically, lead that they included. So same thing, you just stick it in here, twist the brass knob, and then, I accidentally wrote on that desk. You can write with it. And so this will allow you to do your sketches using your holder before you use your nib. What I like about this is that I actually hold my pens and pencils differently than how I hold a calligraphy holder. So if I'm writing, I actually hold it in between my ring and my middle finger and I write this way. Whereas with my holders and my nibs, I hold it between my pointer and my thumb. And I think that probably affects the way that if I'm doing pencil layout first, it might look a little differently if I'm using a regular mechanical pencil and holding it like this. So I like that it includes this lead so that I'm getting accurate shapes with my letter forms, instead of holding my pen differently. That's just a little detail, but I really like it that it's like 2-in-1. You could put this in a little pouch with your little Allen wrench and take it with you, and you wouldn't have to have a separate pencil with you if you wanted to use it. So overall, I'm very impressed with this pen. It is beautiful. I think the price is incredible, especially for, you know, custom holders that are out there. And this was kind of just a treat to myself, and I'm very happy with it. Overall, I'm very excited that I purchased this pen. It's been a couple years since I got myself a nib holder, and I am not disappointed with adding this to my everyday use. A couple of things that are my favorite characteristics of it are for sure the weight of it. It feels very professional. It feels nice in your hand. It doesn't feel light. And that's something I know everyone has their own personal preference, but for me, I want it to feel a little bit heavier. I like that. And so it definitely gives me that quality. And then secondly, I really love this brass nut element to the entire design, and that's kind of the whole selling point and why I bought this. It's super easy to loosen it, put in a new nib, tighten it back up, and use it, and switching out nibs is super easy. So some other holders, you know, they can be difficult if your nibs get stuck in there and you're constantly trying to wiggle them out. You will not have that problem with this holder. So for me, this is the perfect mechanism for how I want to be able to switch out my nibs and write calligraphy. I will be sure to link Tom's studio Instagram, website, their info in the description box below, so you guys can check out their other beautifully designed materials. If you guys are interested in purchasing your own, you can go find more information on their site, and let me know if you guys have any questions.